Kirby and Keeney looked like they played well, but just some defensive miscues out there, just extended innings, and then Tennessee was able to pounce with 3 long balls.
Yeah, that was the difference, really, defense. And when you're hitting home runs, we had one as well. I mean, you saw the Arkansas game was a lot of home runs that game. But really, when you give a good hitter second and third, opportunities, and you don't make the plays that you need to make, that's what happens.
And this is, I think, what the third top 12 team you've had here this season. What does that do for exposure and getting a chance to play those strong teams so that way you can prepare yourself for regional? As long as you win the ASUN and get there.
Well, I've always said you have to play the strongest schedule that you can. You got to play the best to hopefully become the best, right? Minimally to become better. And then once you are, then obviously it's a time that you saw when we beat Duke, right? I think they were 7th, 8th, or 9th at the time. But really, it's all about postseason. And we have a huge ASUN series coming up against North Florida this weekend. So we will fly out on Friday and practice and then get ready, for those 3 games. And that's going to have a big saying on where we're going to be seated for the tournament. Then after that, we'll have our last, Stetson home series, and we're off to the races with postseason with the ASUN Championship Tournament. I would not be surprised. It seems like every time since I have been here that the Big South or the ASUN champion ends up going to a Tennessee regional. So I would not be surprised if we play Tennessee again.
I wanted to ask you about today and just within the softball community, the news from yesterday with Lauren Burnett. And what was that like, distributing the purple ribbons to Tennessee, working with them, and just what the softball community is feeling today after the loss of such a promising young player?
Well, the softball community is mourning for the loss of a 20-year-old, who outstanding athlete, and our thoughts and prayers are with her and her family and the JMU family as well, coaches and teammates. And today we did our best to honor her life by having, praying as well as a moment of silence. And we put her number and her name, initials out on the field, in recognition of her life. And we wore purple ribbons, and I had just taken mine off. But it's just sad. The community is sad. And, it's one of those things that I just pray that everybody knows their worth, right, and their value. God loves us so much, and it's not anything of this world, that should get to us to that point, right? But I just pray for them and their family, and, may God give them peace and comfort. And but there's this huge sadness, right, and heavy hearts